Good morning all. Now we are into the first unit of Total Quality Management course, that is Basics of TQM. In this unit, we are going to discuss the basic concepts of quality, elements of total quality management, the major contributions by quality gurus Deming, Juran and Crosby, and the concepts of quality statements, customer orientation, customer satisfaction and all, and finally the cost of quality. So the first topic is about quality. First of all, what is the quality? Why we are so serious about this word quality? Because in today's business, quality has become the prime focus, as it has an impact on sustained performance and customer satisfaction. The quality is the need of the hour, crux of the time, and present dharma of all. So what is quality? Quality is nothing but fitness of use or fitness for use or purpose at the most economical level. In its essence, quality is the management way how the organization is being managed. It purely depends upon the quality of the products or service delivered by the organization. Another important definition is that it's the distinctive attribute or characteristics possessed by someone or something. And these are all regular definitions of quality. That means customer requirement conformance, meeting the minimum standard in order to satisfy the customer needs, and again fitness for use. And the last definition is most important: totality of features and characteristics of a product or a service that bear on its ability to satisfy the stated and implied needs of the customer. For example, if a customer wants a pen, writing pen, he or she will tell that the pen should be in a price range, that means about 5 rupees or 6 rupees, and the brand also he will mention. These are all the stated needs of the customer. He will explicitly tell. And there will be some implicit need, that means implied needs of the customer, such as the pen should have a high durability, it should go long, the letters written by the pen will be legible and it will be clear to read and all. These are all the stated and implied needs of the customer. All these stated and implied needs of the customer should be met by the product or service delivered by the organization. So the totality of the features or characteristics, that means attributes of the product or service which meet the stated and implied needs of the customer, if it meets, then the product or service is said to be a quality product. Simply quality means that, right? So quality, this word quality is not only in a manufacturing organization, not only in a service organization, it's being spelled in every domain of the business. First of all, if it is in a product or service, right? So the quality means meeting the requirements of the customer, right? It simply means the systematic process for ensuring the quality during the successive steps in developing a product or service, right? In a management, quality means the organization has to strive towards achieving the quality policy and quality objectives in order to meet the customer requirements. In a manufacturing organization which develops a product like a gear or a car or some other automobiles like that, quality means the product, maybe a gear or an automobile, should be free from defects, deficiencies and significant variations, right? And then the product is said to be quality product. In education, here also what we are doing in our institution, we are striving to provide you a quality education. So in education domain, quality means all the legal requirements and all the efforts towards providing quality education to the learners. In the software industry, quality simply means whatever the client says, what are all the attributes prescribed by the client. If a software developed by a company meets all the attributes of the client in an effective manner, then the software is said to be a quality software. In business also, quality means the product or service developed or delivered to the customer should not be inferior to its competitive company. It should be superior than that. Then only the business or a product or a service delivered should be can be considered as a quality one, right? So these are all the quality meanings for the word quality in different domains, right? So why we need quality, right? What are all the needs for developing a uh, quality product or a quality service? First of all, competition. You are all aware that today's world is highly competitive, right? So we can sustain in the market only if we develop and deliver products or service in a quality manner. That means we have to develop a high quality product, but also at the same time the cost of developing the high quality product should also be less, right? We have to provide the quality products at a competitive price, mostly less price than our competitor. Then only we can survive in the market. Next one is the changing customer. The customer is not only demanding volume, but also that means he is not only concerned about the volume, but he is also concerned about the quality of the product or service delivered to him. Next one, changing product mix. That means in olden days, people are asking for low volume, high price products. But now the volume should be high. At the same time, the price should be low. So how can we achieve this? We cannot compromise with the profit margin, but in order to achieve the same profit, we have to concentrate on reducing the cost to manufacture the product. So we have to identify the waste in our manufacturing process, eliminate the waste one by one so that we can cut down the cost of the product and thereby maintaining the same profit and at the same time delivering a high quality product to the customer. Then the product complexity. Now the products are not at all simple. There are so many modules integrated in a particular product. So the reliability, the total reliability of the product depends upon the reliability of the individual products. So most of the companies are not manufacturing all the components in their own industry. They are mostly outsourcing the component parts to the suppliers. Since the reliability of the overall product depends upon the reliabilities of the individual components, the suppliers of the individual components are at a high pressure that they should deliver a highly reliable product to the OEM. That means original equipment manufacturer, so that the quality of the overall component becomes high. Then now the customers are their expectations are very high because they are getting the products from different brands, so many brands. 10 years before, if we go for a cell phone, buying a mobile phone, we have only option that Nokia is only available or Samsung. Only 2 or 3 giants are in the field. But now, if we click on the internet, we can find thousands and thousands of mobile phone models and brands. So customers have a wide range of opportunity to select the best among the available models. So their expectations are also becoming high. In order to meet such a high expectation, our product should have a high quality, and also we should be in a position to deliver that high quality product at a competitive price. Then only we can survive. And at last, what we do and who you are, that only defines you, right? So your quality should be your signature. Your quality should be reflected in the work you do. Then only we can survive in this competitive market. So now I hope that you should have all understood what is the need for quality, right? Then this slide deals with the evolution of quality, how the quality of the products has evolved from just a quality of work life to total quality management. In 1975, people were talking about only the quality of work life. Then they moved towards quality circle. That means they integrate people from different disciplines, and they that the team formation happened, and they themselves designed the product, developed the processes, which resulted in quality products. Then the organization slightly moved towards improving the productivity, and also at the same time involving the employees in the quality process development. Then they further moved towards employee empowerment, not only involvement, they moved towards empowerment. That means they provided the employees with authorities of decision making powers, thereby decentralizing the powers, and which aids in quicker decision making and quicker product development. Then they have evolved such empowered employees have evolved into self-directed teams, and at last we are in the age of TQM now, right? So in also in a product basis, we can see that earlier craftsman was there. He will be instructed by the foreman, and he will be held responsible for the quality of the product. Then the foreman was responsible for the product. Then people told that the product will be manufactured in any way, but the inspection people, if they find the defects, then they will be held responsible for the quality of the product. And people started thinking, and they evolved into applying statistical quality tools in order to inbuilt the quality into the product during the manufacturing stage itself. It evolved into total quality control, and now it evolved into total quality management, right? So here it is the slide which is showing the evolution of quality management. First of all, inspection is there. That means formal evaluation of certain characteristics in a product to determine its acceptability. That means if you are using a pen, right? Then a pen is there, and a cap is there. So you are measuring the diameter of the pen, and we are measuring the diameter of the hole in the cap. So by measuring it, we can find whether the pen fits into the cap easily or not. So we are manufacturing the product, and then finding whether the product is acceptable or not, right? So that is inspection stage. Then people slowly moved into quality control stage. That means it is a system of routine technical activities to measure and control the quality of products. Okay, there are some routine activities, not only inspecting the quality at the final stage, but there are some routine activities to control the quality of the products. It involves developing quality manual, process performance data, self-inspection. That means inspection by the operator itself, not a separate person who does inspection at the final stage. Product testing, quality planning, basic statistics usage, and paperwork control. Then people slowly evolved into quality management. That means it involves all the management activities and functions involved in determining the quality policy and its implementation through quality planning, assurance, and control. That means people not only focused at the product level, but they focused at the management level, which resulted in framing a quality policy. They developed quality systems. They developed comprehensive quality manuals. They did a failure mode effect analysis. That means it is done before the starting of manufacturing of the product. Then statistical process control tools are also being employed. So This is the quality assurance stage. And at last, we are in the stage of TQM, total quality management now. That means it's a comprehensive and structured approach to organizational management seeks to improve the quality of the products and services by customer engagement, employee involvement, and continuous improvement. In the previous three stages, the customer was not there. Only the organization was playing a major role. But in TQM era, which we are in now, customer plays the major role. What the customer wants, what is to be done to satisfy the customer requirements, what are all the requirements expected from the suppliers, how to develop this capacities of the capabilities of the suppliers, how to manage the process effectively, how to measure the performance of the process and also the employees effectively, how to develop teamworks, how to actively involve the employee in the process development and continuous improvement. These are all the topics which are being discussed in the TQM era in all the organizations. This is how the quality management evolved.